Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Anna Morphides here with Mending Hearts Counseling, and today's video is going to be a quick little one on the topic of how to not sabotage a new relationship. Abraham Hicks always talks about how we are historians, meaning that we foresee our future based on what we experience in the past. And it makes total sense. Every experience that we had in the past integrates into our system, and it actually is a compass on how we think things are going to unfold in the future or in the present moment. And if we are indeed co-creators of our own life, the thoughts that we are having will create our reality. So if our thoughts are based on our past experiences, then it makes sense that we're going to create that exact same experience again to be reflected back to us. So say that you are someone that has been in relationships so far that were not fully accepting who you are, because you perhaps were not fully accepting who you are based on the wounds that you experienced as a child. And also the types of interactions that you had with your primary caregivers when you were a child, right? Because those interactions will shape your identity and your self-worth when you become an adult. So whether you are a person who has had experiences in the past where they were not accepted by their partners, and you were being called things like you're crazy, you're delusional, you're too much, you overthink everything, chill out, or your energy is too much, or these types of things, it was the wrong person that you were asking. You're not too much, and you don't need to chill, and you're not crazy, and you're not all of these above things. It's just you were asking the wrong person to bring you these things because you didn't think that you deserve more. Your vibration literally called for that exact person to show you what you needed to work with, or needed to show you what to work on in the first place, right? So say that you're this person and you've had this experience your whole life in relationships, starting with your parents when you were a child, and then you find that exact same thing in a romantic relationship when you're an adult. So now that's all you've known, and that's what you have integrated into your system. It makes sense why, if you do your work and somebody that matches your new self-worth and your new way of looking at yourself and the way that you perceive love and gratitude, it makes sense that when that comes in, that feels unfamiliar and scary. All of your senses are gonna go up. Your system, your nervous system, doesn't know that this is good for you. It just knows unfamiliar, danger, and then you go into fight or flight. Like literally, you don't know how to integrate this because this is not something that you have integrated before into your system. But I bet you dollars if that same person was to say to you things like, oh, you're too much, you're crazy, you're texting me too much, back off. If they were to say these types of things to you, you would 1000% believe that in a second, because that's what you know. So it feels familiar. You already feel this way about yourself. So the minute that someone's saying that to you, it's reinforcing what you already know. But if you do all your work, and then now for the first time you're experiencing someone in your new vibration, that's going to feel unfamiliar, and your body's going to want to fight or flight it because it doesn't feel familiar. This is not the signal that you have been giving to yourself all these years. Remember that our whole program also runs not only consciously, but also subconsciously. There's a lot of wounds and traumas that operate our everyday actions subconsciously that we're not even aware about. It's like a hard drive. Like we just do these things automatically. But once we start to pay attention, and once you sit with those thoughts, then you can undo the potential damage that a sabotaging thought will do, because the thoughts might sound like, this can't be real. This isn't happening. This is not going to last. They're going to flake out just like the rest of them. Is this actually true? And if you keep saying that to yourself, that's the experience that you're going to create. And yes, that person is going to manifest to not be true. And yes, that person is going to manifest to be saying the same things to you. So what you need to do in that moment is release any attachments to any sort of old subconscious programming that is running your system right now. And the way to do that is, well, the way that I found most effective for me is through meditation. I really love visualization and it works really wonderful for me. I'm going to put a link in the description box below of a meditation that I've used, that I literally had to envision attachments to things that people have said to me over the years. And we're talking about like over 40 years. Okay. That's a long time. I'm 43 now. So 40 years of hearing the same thing over and over and over. Yes, it's integrated so deeply into my system that why would I not be my primary operating system, right? That dictates situations that take place around me. So I literally had to do a visualization when I removed attachment of things that people said to me. What it's like, you're crazy, you're too much, you need to chill, all these things. I imagined myself taking those, I imagined them actually to be changed. I imagined taking them out of where my solar plexus is actually. That's just right, like when we're talking about the chakras, it's like the third chakra from the bottom. It's just right below your belly button. I can't remember if it's that one or the one below that's the sense of self. But it's one of those two, because I wanted to remove these attachments to these other people's opinions about who I am based on them not being able to be with me and my energy because of their own fears and their own insecurities. That doesn't mean that I need to change something about myself. No, we're perfect and whole exactly where we are. But having said that, say you have healed now a relationship. Sorry, you have healed yourself and you have a new relationship come in. And this can be anything, right? It doesn't just have to be romantic. It could also be like a friendship. So when you meet somebody that meets you to your new vibration, just if it feels like you're having these thoughts that you are going into fear and overthinking, know that they're normal. And do the removal of any attachments you have to the old versions of yourselves, because that's what you go to, right? As Abraham Hicks said, we are historians and we base our future experience, or we foresee our future experience based on what we had in the past. And the past cannot run our program because we are always changing and evolving. Our current version of ourselves cannot be the same version as of yesterday, because every day we're learning something different and something more and something greater and something better. So remember this. Know that it's normal to have these thoughts. You need to integrate into your system the new ways of someone being with you, so they feel unfamiliar. That's why your body goes into fight or flight and wants to sabotage and go back to what it knows and feels familiar. But you can beat it through letting go of attachments to the old self, the old ideas of who you were as an old self, and how other people treated you in your relationships, because now that you're a different vibration, there is no way you're going to attract the exact same thing. I hope that you find this really helpful. Thank you, as always, for taking the time to watch and listen. I'm always in my gratitude for being able to share. Please like the video if you feel called to do so. Subscribe to my channel so you can hear more ways of how to be your best version yet in a relationship that's existing, or you want to be in a new relationship, you're starting a new relationship, remember that everything is always happening for you. And even these freak out sessions and the thoughts that want to self-sabotage what's happening, they're also taking place because they're just reminding you that all you have to do is just reprogram yourself from a subconscious level. This is the key. Reprogramming your thoughts about who you are based on your history subconsciously, so it doesn't run your program now. And believe, and even if you have to say it over and over to yourself, like every minute of every single day in your relationship, like this is a new me, this is a new way of being. Yes, this can happen. Yes, this person is going to be exactly how I want them to be. Yes, this communication, I deserve it. Yes, this style of romance is exactly what I've been looking for. Yes, this is meant for me. Yes, I deserve it. Just keep saying it over and over and release attachments to your old self. Okay, until next time.